Hey hockey fans, welcome to Goal Line Hockey, and today we're going to take a look at the Jakub Voracek suspension saga as yet again there is appeals and reimbursing the suspension. This is all crazy stuff. Stay tuned. Just as a quick reminder, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you like the content here at Goal Line Hockey. So to start off, Jakub Voracek, almost a week ago now, I believe it was Saturday or Sunday, during a New York Islanders game. I happened to be watching the game, being an Islander fan, and it was 5-1 for the Philadelphia Flyers. And this may be interesting to some of you, but I was watching the game, and you see the two of them go into the corner with, if you haven't seen the video, just look it up. You'll see Jakub Voracek goes into the corner, and Johnny Boychuk is behind him. Now, to me, it looks like Boychuk was trying to go around Jakub Voracek. Okay, so don't disclick yet. All right, you got to stay tuned because what I'm going to tell you might surprise you. It's actually that there should have been a penalty. Okay, Jakub Voracek should have gotten a penalty. And yes, Johnny Boychuk, I believe he got a penalty as well. They both should have gotten penalties. Now, the fact that Jakub Voracek did not get kicked out of the game upset me. That is what upset me the most out of this whole thing. And why? Well, because of what happened later in the game. Now, it's a 5-1 game. The Philadelphia Flyers are going to win this hockey game. Why is he still in the game? Why? He already got 2 or 3 points, and this is a thing to protect him, and it's also a thing because of the Islanders. You got to think, the Islanders are down 5-1. We know how the Islanders are this season. They're a pretty gritty hockey team, and why would you not kick him out of the hockey game? I don't understand that. That is protecting Jakub Voracek as much as it is Johnny Boychuk, just to say, all right, he got kicked out of the game. Don't worry about it. Well, he stays in the game. Leo Komarov goes in after him. He gets a penalty for it. Voracek got a penalty, which at that point was useless, and he didn't even deserve a penalty. It was an utter mess for the officials that game. Voracek should not have gotten a penalty with the Komarov situation. Really, Komarov, I mean, he deserved the penalty, but Voracek shouldn't have been on the ice. He should have been off. See you later, gone. And even after that, they kept them both. I don't understand that. You gave them 2 minutes. Just give them the four of the 10 and just kick them out of the game. You don't want fighting in the NHL, but you keep those guys out there. I do not understand that from the officiating standpoint. I'm sorry. I'm not one to criticize the refs, but they had an awful end to that game. It's 5-1. Just kick Voracek out. Boychuk left anyway because he's injured. He's still injured. I believe now it's a week later, and now he might be playing. What is up with this? And then, to make things worse, he has a hearing the next day. Voracek goes off saying, he's treating this like WrestleMania. He's telling me I'm going to come back and fight you. Well, you know what? In the heat of the moment, Johnny Boychuk was upset with what he felt was suspension worthy and injured him. Remember, Johnny Boychuk is one of the older guys in the NHL. Yes, he's laid some hits in the past. He's fought some guys in the past. But I would love to see a little bit more respect for older guys. And that's why even this goes into even guys like David Backes. We're seeing David Backes fighting to stay in the NHL. And we're hearing possibly that it's not confirmed that coaching may have told him that the only way to stay in the lineup is to fight. Is that what David Backes deserves? Is this really what we're coming to now for these older guys to stay in the NHL is to fight? No, that's not right. He's made enough money, but he just wants to win so badly that he's willing to do that, and that's awful. But anyway, going back to Johnny Boychuk, it's a respect thing. If these guys know who's on the ice, and Voracek, he may not have thrown an elbow, okay? He definitely put his shoulder, and I believe there was contact to the head, whether he intentionally did it or not. There was contact to the head, but it wasn't suspension worthy. So now we hear that they had the hearings, and later that day, Jakub Voracek was suspended 2 games as well as Jack Eichel in a separate incident. And now people were up in arms. Yes, Jack Eichel deserved the 2 games. Maybe he deserved more, which I think 2 was more than enough for Jack Eichel. They also have to pay for this as well, which leads into this Voracek situation. Yes, Jack Eichel's situation, it was the same concept, was to a worser degree, but it looked worse than it really was. Yes, it was egregious. Yes, it was intentional. But so was Jakub Voracek's. So now Voracek gets a suspension, and then a few days later, the suspension is taken away. So now even if Voracek missed the 2 games, it's not like, I mean, there's nothing they can really do, but he does get the money back for whatever that's worth. These are NHL players. They're professional hockey players. They're professionals. That really does not mean much. And then now today, Gary Bettman comes out and says they've put back the suspension, which is crazy to me. And the crazy thing is, this is all going back to the officiating in that game. I truly believe if they took Voracek out of the second and third period of that hockey game, none of this would have happened. And this has really hurt the Flyers now. Because if they just took him out for the rest of the game, A, he wouldn't have had to worry about getting a cheap shot or an injury from the Islanders in frustration or retaliation. And B, now they were up 5-1. They were going to win that game whether Voracek was in the lineup or not. And now he's going to be out for 2 games? It is crazy. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then they take it away, and now they put it back. So you're telling me because the fans disagreed with your call, you're not going to stick with it, and you're going to go with how the fans react? And now because the fans reacted another way, now you're going back? Like, who is truly in charge of this? This is crazy. And you know what? I hate the Flyers with a burning passion because I am an Islander fan, but this is frustrating. I hate the Flyers, but this is a time where the Flyers are truly making a playoff push. They are right on the cusp of not making the playoffs. And now they don't even know what's going on with one of their best players in the lineup. Whether he's going to be in or out or absolutely crazy. And I really hope the NHL doesn't fix this and uses this as a lesson for the future. And, oh man. The sad thing is, I do not think this is the end of this, and I think it's going to get worse as we get closer to the playoffs. And now there's been things about Morgan Riley with saying homophobic slurs. This is crazy, and that's a whole other topic. But the NHL has to really, you got to follow the rules. And again, like I said, going back, it's in the rule book that they should make that call. Now it's up to the official to deem whether it was worthy of Voracek getting the match penalty and being kicked out of the game. But I think it would have been in the best interest for Voracek because now he would have missed the third period, and now he's missing 2 games when they're desperately fighting for a playoff spot. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching us here at Goal Line Hockey. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button for more crazy content with what's going on with the NHL. Oh man, this is going to be interesting heading into the end of the season. And tell me, what do you guys think? Do you think Jakub Voracek deserved the match penalty at the end of the Islander game? Or did he deserve the suspension? I mean, what do you guys think? This is absolutely crazy. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good day, guys.